building a sustainable gamified business model and its most profitable trends.
Okay, can I welcome onto the stage Saad Ali from Sola Defy and Kurt Fluger, partner at Tikivation LD, and they're going to be just discussing business models.
Save the best for the last. I represent Sola Defy. We are based out of Australia, and we're introducing a really exciting concept of play-to-earn IDO. We think play-to-earn model is going to revolutionize, and there will be more and more version of play-to-earn X, play-to-earn Y. We are bringing play-to-earn IDO in a way that we allow our community to play their way to earn their IDO location. So that's just a quick short introduction about our project. And we have Kurt here, and I'll let him do a bit of a quick introduction.
Sure, yeah, my name is Kurt Fluger. I'm a venture partner with LD Capital. So LD Capital is one of the larger funds from Asia. We have over 400 investments since 2016. We invest in all up and down the ecosystem in blockchain, so including layer 1, layer 2 protocols, metaverse, GameFi, DeFi, the whole spectrum. And I know today we're here to talk about GameFi, so thank you for having us.
Yeah, Kurt, look, let's talk about the GameFi aspect. We know GameFi is expanding, and this year and moving forward it's going to be exponential. How can the play-to-earn model expand, and what are your thoughts as to if we were to compare the traditional gaming, how can GameFi can tap into that space?
Yeah, I think we're seeing, this is, we're definitely at the early stage of GameFi. And I think you'll see right now, we haven't really bridged traditional gaming users or players into the play-to-earn model. And I think that's going to be something that we'll start to see as time moves forward, where the games become better, the incentives become better, the graphics become, we haven't gotten to the point where we have AAA type games in GameFi yet. The games are still very kind of rudimentary, visually speaking. And so I think that it's still very early, but I think there's lots of room for improvement. Obviously, lots of room for growth. It's a massive vertical, and it's still a lot of work to be done.
Very good input. I truly believe that GameFi, in order for it to expand exponentially, it has to start producing AAA version of gaming. If you really need to, tap into the, traditional gaming community. So in saying that, where do you see, Kurt, the GameFi? When do you think in the next 5 to 10 years we'll be able to see a true AAA version of gaming in this space?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're starting to see it now, where existing AAA teams are getting into the space and developing things like Big Time is one example of that. And we're starting to see a lot of the kind of the bridging of those two worlds, where it's purely a decentralized play-to-earn model versus the AAA games. And I think you'll also start to see some of these AAA games that will start to offer a decentralized play-to-earn model because they already have an existing user base. I'm very familiar with one project in particular that's utilizing the 120 million registered users in Minecraft, and they've developed a play-to-earn model on top of that. So I think things like that are interesting because starting from scratch and trying to build community is one of the biggest challenges for all of these platforms.
I totally agree with that. I really think that if we involve, there's a lot of gaming guild super houses, and if we implement that concept, and that's working out significantly well, what do you think where the gaming guilds can play a significant role? And also, how can we change the perception of the normal gaming community into thinking that this is not just quick buck or quick way to make money. This is also a place where they can play AAA level games, and also there's an additional incentive.
Yeah, I mean, the guilds have done an amazing job. Some of these guilds have obviously grown very large. And I think if you look at the largest guilds that are out there today, we have somewhere around 800,000 users, if that's right, Arthur. Somewhere around 800,000 users within all the major guilds. And so I think that there's clearly room for growth. And obviously, as the ecosystem develops, the games become better. Again, we're going to start bridging traditional gamers into this play-to-earn model.
Excellent. I think my thought is we sort of have to come up with different type of play to earn models, not just play to earn games or play to earn. Well, Sola DeFi has come up with play to earn IDO, which is where we are involving the community, and we are targeting the gamer community that are into games, as well as they have the incentive to make additional investment. In saying that, Kurt, what do you think that if we were to revolutionize this space like play to earn, what are the steps or what are the things that you would suggest from your background or understanding?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's all about driving community. So where there are existing communities, where there are existing user bases that can then leverage that user base into this space, I think that's going to become a very successful model. And we're starting to see that with some different platforms that have hundreds of thousands of users that now realize they can leverage that into this play to earn space and offer these incentives and create those incentives to bring that community stronger.
I totally agree with you, and I personally believe if we can introduce like gaming houses like UBI Soft, and get them to get involved in this sort of, and we're already seeing some of the some of the brands already getting involved in play to earn model. I personally think that will increase the usability for GameFi and play to earn model. What's your thought on that?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because if you look at traditional gaming, they have a very specific kind of formula where they're releasing these games geographic region by geographic region, country by country, and they're releasing those games and building community as they go until they finally reach some of the bigger markets like the US. We haven't seen that yet in this space, right? So we're still, I think this is we're still kind of finding equal footing here on and what works and what doesn't, and it'd be interesting to see if that traditional roadmap or that traditional kind of geographic release starts to happen with these games. I mean, it's a very interesting juxtaposition of the two models.
Interesting. I guess we can maybe talk about how we can tap into certain communities. For example, if we talk about play to earn, we know, for example, Southeast Asian communities massively involved in play to earn model. But then we have certain communities where we truly think if we get them to be involved in play to earn model, it will make significant difference. What do you think? How can we get that sort of community or the traditional gamer to change their thought process and say, look, this is not just a quick, this is just not for the people who are there to make money. It's for everyday gamer as well.
Yeah, I think that's I think the general sentiment from traditional gamers is that they see this as kind of I guess they don't look at it favorably, right? They don't look at this play-to-earn model favorably. So that's why I think we need to find some different economic incentive models that will attract and retain those kind of users in traditional gaming. into this space. And we're starting to see some different things percolate in that area, and it'll be interesting to see how that develops.
Interesting. I guess we can kind of end with saying that GameFi is definitely still too early, and we still kind of, I would say from my experience, we haven't really scratched the surface. Comparing the traditional gaming, which is, there was a report that the traditional gaming is close to $336 billion market. And so if we were to tap into that space, we would really have to be more creative and come up with different ideas and concepts and change the thought process of a traditional gamer. What would you say?
Yeah, I mean, I see this now with a lot. We've actually made some recent investments in these traditional gaming studios that are now realizing that this is a great opportunity for them. So I think as those, I mean, and obviously these games don't get developed overnight, right? It could take 2 or 3 years for these games to be developed, and that's why I think it's still early and there's still opportunity for investment in this area. And I think once that happens, once we get kind of a wave of the traditional gaming studios starting to do the work, I think you'll start to see greater adoption, and then obviously on top of that, the incentive models will come along with that.
Excellent. I would like to thank you a lot, Kurt, for joining me here in the panel, and I would also like to thank AIBC for allowing me to present the panel here, and also Shisha Finance for backing us and allowing the opportunity to present our project.
Yeah, thank you very much. And it's early days, but if you can pick the right pony, you can still make a lot of money in this space. So it's an exciting time. Thank you very much. We appreciate you letting us speak here today.
Thanks, guys.